Shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh
Yahweh,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Ba'Shem,
Ba'Shem,
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. And shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth unto the speckled bird across the four corners of the world. And to the few sisters who are listening to you, we say shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. We are the brothers from the GMS Chicago camp, and I'm the brother Kadashia.
Bro Daniela.
Khan, and we just wanted to get into a quick lesson, and this is the first scripture we want to get is Jeremiah 30:16. It says, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." So the Lord is basically going to recompense everybody that has came against Israel. You know, all our adversaries, and they're going to go into captivity. Everybody that spoiled us, we're going to spoil them. Everybody that preyed on us, we're going to, prey on them. Every single body that devoured us, we're going to devour them and absolutely consume them. We're going to destroy them.
John, I got one for you. This is the book of First Maccabees 2:10. One nation had not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils, because every single heathen man has had they benefited from the nation of Israel being in captivity. They all got something out of it. Like, hey, that's why our people are in the bottom, man. Hey, we're in the bottom because we've been in captivity more than our people have been ruling. So of course we're not gonna have nothing. And these heathens, man, they prospered off us being in captivity, man. Like here in in the United States, hey, all Jake build these cities up, man. The skyscrapers, they have built them up, right? But our people, we have nothing.
And that's exactly why everything is going to be recompensed unto these people. This is Revelation 13 and 10. It says, "He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints." So those who led our people into captivity, they're going to go into captivity. Those that killed our people with the sword, they're going to be killed with the sword. And when you go into history, recent history, for example, the transatlantic slave trade, combined with what they did to Gad and the northern tribes when they were right here in the Americas, it was over 100 million fatalities.
Shit, and that's what we know.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
That's what Esau says, man. But yeah, damn well it was more, man.
Khan.
How was it?
Khan.
John, this is the book of Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. Hey, so you just read the book of what was it, Revelation 13 and 10?
9.
13 and 9?
13 and 10.
Because I said right there, here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. Hey, this is what the saints this is what the prophets of the elect, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, this is what we're waiting for, man. We want to see the heathen be in punishment, man. Because they had our people in oppression for so long, and they feel like they got away with it, man. But soon enough, every single one of them, man, hey, from the least to the greatest, shall go into captivity.
Can I back you up? This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6.
2 Thessalonians 1 and 6.
2 Thessalonians 1 and 6. Seeing it's a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that troubled you. And the Lord said it's righteous to give payback, man. That word recompense meaning payback. So those that have troubled us, Esau and these other heathen nations, that, because there's a scripture that say who have not had a spoil on Israel. I'm gonna try to look for it, but
We brought it out.
Hey, man, they all had part in us, man. They all put us in captivity.
God. They all did us dirty. And to look about who did us dirty, this is Psalms 83. Let me get it real quick. This is Psalms 83.
And ultimately, it was our punishment because we didn't want to hearken to Yahweh Shem Shai. So we were brought into these captivities.
Mm-hmm. God. This is Psalms 83 and 1. I'm going to start from the top. It says, a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thine hidden ones. So all these people have, basically taking crafty counsel against the people of the Lord, being the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you speckled bird. They have taken crafty counsel against us. And it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they got together, and in this crafty council, they purposed to basically cut us off from being a nation, so that the name of Israel, Yasharallah, would be cut off from basically, so that it would no more be in remembrance, cut them off from being a nation, And it says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Asher, also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. And all these nations from Edom to the Ishmaelites, Moab, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, that's the so-called white man, the Arabs, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Amalek being the head tribe of Esau, which would be the so-called Ishis, if you catch my drift.
The people claiming to be the nation of the Lord, man.
Right.
Hey man, that's why you heathens man have something to pay for, man. Cause hey, like that itself, man. You try to cut off our remembrance, man, our heritage. But you're done with that,
Khan, I'm done with that.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. In the 10th, I will utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children.
What was that? 25:7.
It says a man that had joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. That's what Lord willing, that's what we get to see, man. In one way or another, we're gonna see either way. We're already seeing the downfall of our enemies, man. Esau's kingdom is crumbling. Soon enough, the Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna obliterate all these kingdoms, man.
Yep.
And it said that he's gonna come back to take the crowns off their heads, man.
Khan, this is another precept would be let me see if I could get it real quick.
I got one. There's since what you just said right now is it said Daniel 2:21, and he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them knowledge to them that know understanding. So the Lord bring down kingdoms. He brings down kings. He set up kings. He brings up a kingdom, and this kingdom is soon to fall, man. This kingdom is gonna fall. Esau, which we know who's in rulership right now, because Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And if we look at the dollar bill, we see that Esau's in rulership, man. This is their kingdom, and the Lord's about to bring it down.
Khan, and the evidence of that would be let me see, Psalms 138. This is Psalms 138, and I'm gonna start at 137, and I'm gonna start at, let me see, I'm I'm going to start at 7. This is Psalms 137:7. It says, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof." And when you go into that word for raise it, it means, basically to destroy something. And then it says, verse 8, "O daughter of Babylon, which is America, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones." So basically, when Yahushua comes back, he's going to recompense these people according to how they did us. And they were doing us dirty as well. That's why it says, "Who dasheth thy little ones against against the stones," because that whole, when we were right here in captivity in the Americas, they were feeding our babies to alligators. They were feeding them to dogs. They were doing all types of horrible things to our people. So they're gonna get recompensed for that as well.
John, this is the book of Psalms 2:8.
Mm.
Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Like the brother was saying, man, the way you did us, we're gonna do we're gonna do it unto you even double, man, worse. Right? This is the book of Revelation 18:6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her cup. It's like and double unto her double. It's like and double unto her double according to her works, and the cup which she have filled to her double. Hey, so that's gonna be double the ass whooping, man. Double the captivity, double the chores, all that, man. Hey, and that said right there, hey, and going back with Psalms 2:8, it says, "Asking me, and I should give thee the heathen for that inheritance." Hey, you heathens are gonna be a possession, man. You're gonna be property in the kingdom, to the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. And we're gonna do it, whatever we want to you, man. But everything is according to the law, because you wicked ass heathens, man. You do some wicked ass shit, man. Like you'll cut off a man's rod. They'll do that thing called bud breaking in front of their families. All that wicked ass shit, man. Hey, we're not gonna do that because we don't need to do that. We're gonna do it in a righteous, in a righteous way.
You're gonna get fucked up in a righteous way, man.
Right.
And all of that, there's evidence of that in the scriptures of when you were slaves. This is First Chronicles 18, and I'm gonna start at verse 11, and it says, "Them also King David dedicated unto the Lord with the silver and the gold that he brought from all these nations, from Edom and from Moab and from the children of Ammon and from the Philistines and from Alec. Moreover, Abishai the son of Zeruiah slew of the Edomites in the valley of Salt 18,000, and he put garrisons in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants. Thus the Lord preserved David whithersoever he went." So you've been our slaves, man. It's just that you forgot. So we're here to remind you that you're just our servants, And even in verse 2, it says, "And David smote," this is verse 2, it says, "And David smote Hadarezer, king of Zobah, unto Hamath." Verse 2, and he smote Moab, and the Moabites became David's servants and brought gifts. So even, all these other nations, they're going to be, they were once David's servants, they're slaves. His slaves, And it's going to happen again. Y'all are going to go back into captivity and serve and pay tribute unto the Lord. And if you don't, you're going to get fucked up for that.
I was thinking you already brought it out.
John, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus 10:8 that says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches, God by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." And like the brother was talking about, man, us, going off and not following the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua was our downfall, man. So each, these heathens had their own rulership, man, their own time period of rule. And there was, like the Egypt's kingdom, the Babylonian kingdom, the Greeks, all of them, man. But it's Hey, soon enough, those kingdoms are gonna come to an end, and there's gonna be an everlasting kingdom that's never gonna fall. You know.
You got
Con.
this James 2:13. For
James
he
2
shall have judgment without mercy that have shown no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Because the brothers were going into some of the wickedness that Esau has done to our nation, to our people. You know, the people of the Lord, they touched the apple of they touched the apple of the Lord's eye,
Con.
and they have done so much wickedness that we don't know the things that they tell us if that's everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're not gonna receive mercy in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Con. You know, when you go into that, there's a book called People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. And one of the things that it says in there is that these so-called Christian conquerors, colonizers, you know, what they would do is just, you know, one day they saw two Arawak men, you know, the that would be the tribe of Ephraim, and they had parrots in their hands. And what they did when they walked past them, you know, they just cut off their hands and slaughtered them just for fun. You know, just for fun. That's what they would do to our people. They would just kill us for fun, man. So what do you think we're gonna do unto you? Man, we're gonna have a blast killing y'all asses, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a blast. We're gonna have a field day in the kingdom,
John.
you know?
This is the book of Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So, hey, man. Hey, so you people that say that, hey, that was your forefathers, you know, they had nothing to do with that, they had no part in, you know, us being in captivity, even though you do, man. All right, you heathens, man, you have money, you have wealth, and you people they'll say that some of them that don't, hey, that's because the curses are falling on you, man. But going back to this, man, hey, your new generation of heathens, man, you still gotta pay for what your forefathers did, man. Cause hey, at one point you were your forefathers, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 3:15. That which has been is now, and that which is to be had already been, and the Most High required that which is past.
Oof.
So you people
Damn.
might say, you know, get over it. Like here in America, man, they say, you know, get over slavery. But you want to remember 9/11. You want to remember the Holocaust. You want to remember what the fuck is that shit called Pearl Harbor. You know all the fucking tragedies that was done to the Edomites, man. You want to remember that, but you don't want to remember what was done to us. Hey, but Yahweh Shem Yahushai remembers everything, man.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna recompense what y'all did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when the kingdom is set up, you know, you guys are gonna have to serve us whether you want to or not. And if you don't serve us, it's gonna go bad for you. You know, this is Isaiah 60, and I'm gonna start at verse 11, and it says, Isaiah 60 and 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. You know, so the forces of the Gentiles, meaning all their everything, you know, from spices to women to whatever riches they may have is going to be brought to us. You know, it says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So if you're listening to this and you're a heathen and you're like, man, there ain't no way in hell that's ever going to happen in a million years, blah, 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 this and that. Well, when it does happen and you don't want to serve us, guess what? Your kingdom and your nation and who is going to perish. It's going to be wasted.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be no rain in your land. No fruitfulness. It's just going to be desolate. You know? Khan, you know, y'all don't got no more precepts. Khan, you know, so with that, you know, Lord willing, it was an edifying lesson, you know? And we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Duwadi Habashem Yahushai for giving us the spirit to make this lesson. Wa Abad Babal Shalom.
Abba, Shalom.